in many places in the world very privileged with access to everything that we need, and yet there is so much happening in the world, so much conflict and destruction. But I think what is so crucial is to come back to these prayers, to these practices, to this worldview in order to keep the vision clear on what can be possible, to anchor it, and almost like throwing out an anchor that goes beyond the immediate destruction and conflict that we see, and keep that prayer so tight and so strong, and align all our actions, our visions, our dreaming into that. And we need hope, right? We need inspiration in order to mobilize energy and strength and capacities to ultimately get there. And actually, this is where our work with sound comes in, which is a very particular way of using sound, which I think for me also came because of all those practices. When we work with sound and we play live, or we produced an album as well, which is called Attune, which carries the idea of attuning to a world in constant flux, but really aligning and attuning to it in order to envision a collective future. So maybe I can quickly speak about that album, because I feel it shows very clearly what I want to bring across. As the first chapter is called Coherence, and the sounds that I used, the rhythms, the sonic textures are to connect to the earth. So there's fire, there's drum circles in a very amazing way, cello, nature sounds, vertical waters, horizontal waters, and it's produced very immersive. So you can, when you have headphones on or a good speaker, you hear it, because originally we produced it in 4D sound, which is very futuristic. Anyway, so it's about coming into coherence with the living world, the earth. The second chapter is about the self, feeling what is present, letting go of conditionings and armor in order to open for like a greater opening from the heart. And then the third chapter, which is called, the second is called Revelation, and the third is called Ascension, where we did the work of the first two chapters, and now we open a sonic field to envision a collective future that is for everyone, that involves everyone, that is life-giving, that is inclusive, not just for me and my inner circle, but really everyone, the whole human family and animal world and plant world. And really believing that everything is first laid out in the dream space. The energetic foundations for everything start in the invisible, where we are back now with the invisible worlds, my kind of field of research. And it starts from there. And it's important to inhabit those spaces and to dream beautifully. And sound for me is such a powerful way to do that, because you come into even like an altered state. You come into coherence when we play live or when we have listening sessions with hundreds of people. And I shared poetic preludes before every chapter to kind of set the intention. And then imagine everyone envisioning and everyone being in this resonant field. Yeah, I think there's a lot that is possible coming from those spaces. So, I hope that maybe I gave a bit of an extended answer to your question. But that's why we need ancestral practices. And also what I see in sound and our practice with sound When I say our, I refer to our collective, Sonora Collective, where I work with other musicians and visionaries. It's about almost creating new ancestral practices that one day will be ancestral, maybe, Yeah. Not that we started it with that intention, but when I look at it from my lens, I'm like, interesting. Yeah. This could, yeah, be a new ancient way one day.